All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope everybody holiday season is off to a good start. Christmas is just about 10 days away, and today on this episode of Living the Truth, we're going to talk about um, our favorite games of the year, and just how good of a year Game Pass Xbox was as a whole. So for right now, Dale 4568, please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. Merry Christmas, early Merry Christmas, and I'm Dia 4568. Here to, have a good time. This is going to be a light one for us today, and I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. Because pretty much, the whole goal of today's show is to pretty much just sum up this year for Xbox overall, choose our
Mm.
favorite games of the year,
Right.
and what we're looking for to next year. So, I'm gonna start with the big boy. You
Okay.
know, the one thing that everybody talks about with Xbox, right?
Okay.
And it has one controversial moment, but I thought was an otherwise fantastic year. But Daya, to start off, I want to get your thoughts. What did you think of Xbox Game Pass in 2025?
Well, I think that it was for me. It was very good.
Hmm.
I didn't. I played a lot of Xbox in the beginning, but then I was buying a lot of games too.
Right.
Then I had to taper off of it because unlimited. You know that I told you earlier some of my personal things that were going on. That stuff carried
Yeah.
out throughout the whole year. So I had a lot of distractions. Couldn't play the games, the larger games, the ones that took more time. So I kind of shifted
Hmm.
and started playing more indies and things. And I enjoyed it. Sometimes I get in that mood where I want to play retro games, indie games, beat 'em ups, things like that. So and that's kind of the mood I'm into now.
Right.
But I would say this that I'm not going to name it yet, but my game of the year came from Xbox.
Yes. Yes. Same
So
here.
I will say that, and it was one of the best experiences I've had in a long time, and the studio really surprised me. So I'll just leave it there until we get into that part of it. But I believe that Xbox did a fantastic job. They were consistent. They had titles that appealed to different people, even PC gamers. They did a great job at having the little games as well as the big games.
Yes.
They had surprises too. I love the surprises. If you ask me what I like the most about Xbox, it's the things you don't expect to actually land on Xbox that they do. I love that. And their own games is just it really brings a lot of value to the service. I mean, I think that Ninja Gaiden 4 it's a gem that I think not enough people are talking about. In my opinion, it's a gem, and I just can't believe the game selection that we had. And they had an incredible game of the year, candidate in there. I mean, well, winner inside their own service. They know how to identify talent,
Yes.
and that really gives me a lot of it gives me a lot of faith in the future for the service because
Mhm.
it's people think it's just about, oh, here you play these games and that's it. No, everything has to line up right. You have their own service bolsters Xbox. If people think that Xbox's own games doesn't bring value, they're crazy because they got some of the best titles in the industry and their games never leave the service. So that's a really unlike Sony, not to just be bringing them up, but they're from what I understand, I don't have their service and I don't have their console, but what I understand is that their games leave their service if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So but that doesn't happen with Game Pass. Xbox titles land and they stay there, so
Hmm.
you can just enjoy it. And they have games that you can get sucked up into a long time, like take Starfield. Like those are games you don't want to leave anyway because it sucks up so much of your time, right? So
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that aspect of it. Also, like I said, the surprises that the games that have landed, even if they're little, like so many people was talking about that Blueprints game.
Mhm.
That was a big game. I haven't played it yet because I didn't. It wasn't on my radar, but that was some people's game of the year.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Now that would have been a game you would have thought that Xbox would have overlooked, but they didn't. They landed that thing in Game Pass, and so I was like, wow, that really impressed me with the quality that they're bringing to the service. And I will also say this, that I say quality because even smaller titles that you wouldn't think is really great or something like that, they are really good. And I think even I've even played small games that were very good on Xbox.
Yeah.
So I like how they give you something that's outside of the box. Like just things that you wouldn't expect. Like the next game that's coming up that's actually small that I'm looking forward to, just to give a little peek into next year, is Mixtape.
Yeah,
You
yeah, that
remember
did look
Mixtape?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Mixtape. So but I wouldn't have known anything about that if not for Xbox Game Pass, promoting it and saying that the game is going to come to the service. So I think they had a phenomenal year.
Mm.
Absolutely phenomenal year. They landed everything that they should. And I know for some people the price increase probably is the downside for them. But I
Yeah.
understand that the more that they add to the service and the more that they're doing for the game and they giving you these really great titles, they were going to have to raise the prices. I always understood that. And
Mhm.
I understand business, so I'm not punishing Xbox for being a business. If they providing the best service in the industry, which they are, they can demand that type of price.
Right.
And so that's so again, it's not something you have to have, but if you're going to get it, at least know that you're getting a good quality product. Their games never leave. They got great surprises that land. I love the shadow drops sometimes, and
Mhm.
they just do. It's fun. It's a fun service to be a part of, and I think it's worth every penny. But again, that's my opinion. Maybe I'm biased because I have Game Pass, but
Right, right.
um, that's how I feel about it. I think they had a phenomenal year. And hi, Six Slayer. I just wanted to say that. And
Yes.
Anthony Chipmunk. I want to say hi
Hmm.
to you guys.
Yep. And shout out to Adidas 20 and Crasher Zero.
Oh,
They're both
Adidas
in
is
the
here. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they're both here commenting before the show went live.
Awesome, awesome. And hi,
Yeah.
Crash. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you as always. I'm glad you guys are, especially Six Slayer said that he's watching while at work. So hey, that's what's up, man. Much respect, Six Slayer.
Hmm.
Hopefully you have a great time tonight as we talk about Xbox. So far, it's 7 p.m. in your time, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I'm making sure because I told everybody 7. We start 7
Yeah,
Eastern.
you
Most of
did.
them are on the East Coast.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. My thoughts on Game Pass. I'm with you there, Daya. I thought it was a absolute. This might have been their best year yet.
It was. Yeah.
Because first of all, let me get the one negative out the way so we can just get it out the way. Yeah, the price increase.
Yeah, yeah.
And as I said at the time, as a consumer, I don't like paying more.
Right.
But this was something that was, it was going to happen. Sega Man. Hey, Sega Man, what's up, man?
Hi, Sega
What's
Man.
up? Hey,
Hey,
what's up,
not much,
Dale?
man.
Happy
Glad you're
holidays,
here today.
guys. What's up?
Yeah,
Happy
same to you,
holidays.
brother. Yeah, great show Sunday.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, yeah, and I'll get you caught up in a second. Like I say, as a consumer, I don't like paying more. But Game Pass gave us so much data. I think this year there were over 50 something day one games.
Oh, was
Um,
it? Oh man.
yeah, Mr. Libido, man, that's a funny funny profile picture. He said Game Pass was good. Expedition 33, Silk Song, Blueprints,
Blueprint, see? Yeah.
exactly, Mr. Libido. The day one Xbox stuff. You had the day one Xbox games, and this feel like they had a lot this year. I mean, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black was shadow dropped.
Oh gosh, yes.
Back in January. We
Yeah.
got 3 Ninja Gaiden games this year.
Yes, we
Yep.
did.
3 Ragebound, Ninja Gaiden 4, which was fantastic. Although I didn't beat it yet, and Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
Phenomenal game. They did a
Yes,
phenomenal game.
yes.
Yeah.
And by the way, Ninja Gaiden returned because Xbox surprised me, Day and Sega Man, and they not only worked with Team Ninja, they worked with Platinum Games.
I know that was the like mic drop there. When I when I saw that, I was like, "What?" That was the least thing I would have expected. And that really
agreed.
showed me that something has really changed. Where I think that's a smart move on Xbox's part, and just the leadership's part, because if they can't repair those bridges, it benefits them in the long run, I say, if they can. And I think the leader was already gone anyway, and I believe he was the main cause of all of that.
Mhm.
So I think that it benefited the games in the long run, in my opinion.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, 100%. That was another great surprise. My favorite developer from Xbox, Obsidian, released 3 games in 1 year. I mean, I don't understand that output, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't understand that kind of output, but man, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this year Game Pass, it was just absolutely fantastic. I thought it was great outside of the price increase. That's why I give this year like a 9 out of 10.
Right.
Because of that price increase.
The price increase. You still have to mark it down for that.
Yeah.
Nobody I don't like it either. I just understand it because I've seen the improvement in the service since I've had it. So I understand it. But I don't like it. Nobody does.
No. And I'm not going to sit here and just because I like Game Pass and pretend that I did that I like. Plus, I had my own issues this year,
right?
With my job situation, and everything. So it wasn't. What I'm saying? So that price increase just kind of hit at the wrong time for me.
It did, yeah.
So I actually canceled Game Pass for a few months before buying some the 3-month code and just stacked up for
Yeah.
That's what I ended up doing to get my because Game Pass is just that damn good, man.
It is good, yes. It's really good,
yeah. And so that's where I'm going with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Game Pass. Listen, I'm gonna gush. I would gush all day, every day about Game Pass. Listen, that's how I feel. If you're an Xbox or PC gamer and you could spare $30 a month, just do it. You don't even need to buy games. And I know some people will come and say, "Oh, but you don't buy." No, I'm not saying do that so you don't ever buy a game. I'm saying if money's that damn tight, you got 500 games you can play on Game Pass.
Exactly.
Until you get the money to buy games.
Exactly.
And guys, you're not going to ever have me shame anybody for doing that with their money. Let's say, man, how are you, my friend?
Good, man. Good. It's good to be here with you guys today. Really good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Good to see everybody, Daya. Everybody, yeah.
Yes, same here, second man.
So yeah, Unlimited. Yeah, to piggyback off of what you said, Game Pass is really doing phenomenal right now. I beat a lot of games. I've been playing a lot of games in Game Pass. I beat the game. I think it's called Holes in Your Yard or something.
Mm-hmm.
I beat that one. I beat the one with the girls in it.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name of the game. It looks like a Telltale's game. It has the girls in it.
Talking about, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know what you.
It has the little girls in it, and then they meet each other when they get older.
Yeah.
I beat that, man. I've been just beating games Unlimited. I've been beating games in Game Pass, man. Playing a lot of games in Game Pass, and I tell you what, if you look right now on Amazon, you can actually still get 1 month for $19.99.
I saw
right now.
Really? I saw the $1 deal going around too.
Oh my gosh, you guys need.
Yeah, you can still. Yeah. We can still get it for $19.99. I think because it's the holidays. But I go to my local Dollar Trees where I live at, and it's still $19.95.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They still have them in there. They didn't get rid of their. I guess they're trying to run out of what they have, and then they'll start over again.
Yeah.
But I've been finding them for 19. So every month, if I can, I'll grab a month. So I think I'm good till I think I'm good till March or something because I kept getting one like every paycheck. And I've been lucky not to find the ones that are 30. You know what I mean? But even if they are 30 and I can't find the ones that are $19.95 anymore, I'm still going to buy it. Still going to get it.
Right.
And you can still go to CD Keys, or it's called something else now. So I think it's I think you can get them cheaper there. Still, It's just called something else now. It's not CD Keys no more. But you can still actually get it cheaper there. And Game Pass is really just doing astronomical when it comes to gaming for PC, like Unlimited said, and Xbox, and for Expedition 33 to win Game of the Year on the Bias Awards.
I know. We was talking about that too. Yeah,
that's cool. I mean, that's cool, and everybody's like, you know, and there's still people that are salty and all that. But you know what? I still don't trust Jeff Keighley with that show. I think that's great that they did win, guys. I really do. I think that's great and they deserve it. But I still don't. I just don't trust him.
I don't.
And I don't trust that organization.
I don't
You
either.
know.
I think it's not fair to the developer. I would still stand on that. It's not fair
Yeah.
to the developers, and it's not fair to the publishers who work very hard. It doesn't reward hard work because
No.
you can
Right.
tell the bias is locked in when everybody
Right,
can pretty
they
much
are.
guess who's going
Yeah.
to win. You know for certain. They don't guess on based on the game or the
Mhm.
popularity of the game or who bought what. It's all based on a little bit of popularity, but also what the critics like. It doesn't
Well-
really matter what game people actually prefer. The way they
Right.
locked
Yeah.
out Hogwarts and stuff, I never forgot.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
it's not a game that rewards hard work, and therefore I protest that show. I don't watch it. You know.
Yeah. And let me say this, because I found this out recently, and I think it was it's either 100 or Dirt Gritty who mentioned they pay $1 million or something to put a trailer on the Game Awards. He bought here, so he'll be able to confirm in a minute. But I believe that so Jeff Keighley, a stupid ass award show, is just this.
Yeah, it's costing $1 million advertised in the awards, like if
Yeah.
in his awards. But see,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Anyway, I'm not gonna cut you off. When I go, I'll tell you. I'll explain to you what's going on.
I can't wait to hear that. I want to hear. that.
Yeah. Please, I can't wait till you break it down. Sega Man, continue, my friend.
Oh, we'll let Hebot break that down in a minute, but I'm very happy for those developers. I think they worked hard with Expedition 33. I believe they did deserve to win. But like I said, guys, and then so we can I'll land my plane so we can hear what Brother Hebon has to say. I still don't trust Jeff Keighley. I still don't trust the show. There were some great games in Game Pass that had nominees that were nominated, different things like that I heard. So that's really cool, and that's great. That's great for them. But like I said, I just that guy's terrible. He's his past record of crap, that stupid crap that he done by leaking things and different things from Xbox to try to ruin Xbox. I'll never forgive him for that, man. That's some sneaky crap.
Right.
I mean that he's done in the past. But hey, congrats to Expedition 33.
Were you talking about him spoiling the Xbox One X price?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
definitely with that. But they got him back with the One X because he didn't expect that.
He didn't
You know
know.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
They got him back with that, which was cool. Now that was cool what they did. That was cool what they did getting him back with that. And you were right about Hogwarts, guys. I actually tried that game. It's a great game. You can buy that game right now for $11.99.
I got it.
And it's on
for
Game
Epic.
Pass.
I got it.
Oh,
for
nice,
Epic.
Dave. Nice, yeah.
Yeah. So I got it now. Yeah, but
and it's on Game Pass right now.
is it?
It's
they
on Game
put it-
Pass.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
Man.
Mhm.
Goodness.
But yeah, man, let's hear what Hebon has to say, man. Yeah, I'll land my plane on that, guys. But yeah, like I said, congrats to them. I hope they that's very good what they're doing, and I'm loving the games that are coming in Game Pass, man. I mean, it's great right now.
Absolutely.
We got a lot to play for Christmas.
Yep, absolutely blown away with the game's output this year. But Hebot, the world's most powerful gamer, man, I'm passing the mic over to you. So that you can break down everything that went off with as Sega men call it, the Bias Awards, the Keighley Awards. And also let me get your thoughts on Game Pass for the year of 2025. Passing the mic to you, my friend. Thank you, Hebot.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's up? How long is everybody doing?
Hey,
Oh,
what's up, buddy?
I'm glad glad you're here with us.
What's up, brother? What's up?
Just on the move, like always, on the road, trying to do some
Oh yeah,
Christmas last minute Christmas shopping, taking wifey to do some chores,
Oh, okay.
So, but other than that, yeah, just there, man. I'm glad everybody's okay so far. No, what I was trying to say, the thing is with the Jeff Keighley, because those awards are not real awards per se. It's more like, kind of like a convention type of award where he gets access to stuff. But I found out the reason why he is able to do that is because his dad used to work or owned one of the company for the movie production from back, like from a big movie production. And that's why he's able to get out to a lot of stuff early, because you guys remember, you know, that Sony's also a movie company and a movie distributor. They don't just do games. So that's why you see that he's able to get like those big artists like Evanescence, right? Or like the people from the orchestras that do the movie for the actual games, because he has connections. And I never knew that. He has connections through his dad. His dad is like the owner, or used to be like the CEO of one of the big IMAX. There it is, for IMAX. There it is. He used to be the CEO for IMAX. That's why he gets access to all that stuff, and I didn't know that. You understand? So now what's happening is that, you know, based on I'm gonna go to because now that they have, you know, he's gotten bigger as far as, because he did the new event in the Peacock Center, and people are like, well, why you keep changing the center? Because you guys remember he was doing it in the Microsoft Center, right?
Yeah.
Right.
When he was doing it in the Microsoft Center, you know, Microsoft figured out a way how to be able to kind of take away from the fact that his committee is mainly all PlayStation and Nintendo centric, right? His entire committee. Matter of fact, I think the only person that was an Xbox member or an Xbox centric was Phil Spencer. He's the only one that's in that committee that, you know, puts together the award, right? And so basically what happened is that, you know, when you saw the nominations, right, that completely gave away the bias in his committee, because Ghost of Yote nominated for like 23 awards, and that was the only game that was able to be nominated because it was the only game Sony had this year as far as first party. As far as a first party, right? Yes, they had other exclusives, but they were all exclusives that were third party, that their money had it, right? They weren't first party, that they actually owned, paid money for, paid for the actual, you know, the funding of the development. Ghost of Yote was the only one that they had. So that one game, as we all know, those people were members of Blue Sky, right? Where they're very leftist, crazy liberals, right? And a bunch of other doing retarded shit. That's when that guy, Charlie Kirk, had gotten killed. They were making fun of the guy. Even the developers from Ghost of Yote, right?
Yeah, that's right.
They were making fun of his dad, making fun of his wife, even though he got killed right in front of his wife and kid, which that comes to a point where it doesn't matter what your fucking political views are. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. That's disgusting. I don't want to wish that on nobody. I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat, a liberal. That has nothing to do with what religion you are. When something's disgusting and something's foul and something's incredibly sad and crazy and unacceptable, it is what it is. I don't care what. Nothing else plays a role, right?
Right.
These developers were on Blue Sky, literally making fun, and a lot of them identified as they, him, she, he, she, her, and all kinds of, you know, automata. I identify as a broccoli, a peanut, whatever. You know, you guys get the gist. They're crazy, right? They're crazy people with crazy, you know, thought process. And so that was a big ass backlash. That was a very big backlash that they got. But, you know, of course, as you know, since his committee on that show, very Sony centric and very Nintendo centric, you saw that all the nominations went to Nintendo games and Ghost of Yote, which had the most, like 23 or something. And it won nothing because the people that are playing video games don't give a fuck about that, and they don't appreciate. And they don't appreciate that kind of disgusting behavior from a developer.
Yeah.
Right.
You understand? You just don't do that. You do not do that. You do not do that. And even the main character, the one that played the girl in the game, she was over there talking all kinds of disgusting stuff because she's a lesbian or transsexual or something.
Oh wow!
You could all look it up. You know, I don't need to have to go into detail.
Wow, man!
And she was laughing and saying all kinds of shit.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw.
That's crazy.
You know, so a lot of people already off the back don't like her. Also, so Ghost of Yote was then on arrival. But because this committee are all Sony people, that's why I got so many nominations. Because remember, they pick the games, the committee,
Yep.
right? Then after they pick the games, right? Then they put it on to the public, and then the public pick whatever games they want to do. So there you saw that they picked the games, and what happened? The public didn't pick those games to win. What I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because once they put it to the public, it was the public, which meaning the gamers were the ones who picked what games they wanted. That's how you know that they're not on the same level. They're not seeing eye to eye. That's how you know the discrepancy is there, where his committee is biased, and the people that were choosing were not going to pick what they want.
Right,
Because the people that picked the gamers, right? Which is why Expedition 33 won, which, again, I kept saying, I'm glad, because the reason why I'm happy that Expedition 33 won is because, one, it proved that a game being on Game Pass can have a lot of success, right?
Oh my gosh, can it? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it also proved that a smaller team, right, of only 30 people can create something of quality and still be recognized, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So because of that, I like that it won. But at the same time, I also know that it won because it became the popular thing, the it thing. But in my personal opinion, as far as a gamer has been gaming for so long, for so many years, dealing with game awards and how things should be done, based on how it should be picked, a game that should win the game of the year, right? Should be a game that is doing something new, something fresh, something innovative, something creative, something risky. And if you look at Expedition 33, that's not what Expedition 33 is, right? And again, I'm not knocking the game.
Back to an older way.
Yeah, it's turn-based. It has nice graphics, but it has a very Final Fantasy look and feel.
Right.
So when you look at it that way, Expedition 33 really wasn't doing nothing new, right? That is why I said that even though it was good that they won, it still shows the flaw in the system for the Game Awards. Because the Game Awards should be something that concentrates on the games that are actually doing something new. Like I said, bringing a new experience, trying to move the envelope forward, which every year a game somehow does that. And in this case, this year, it was Split Fiction and South of Midnight, right?
Yeah.
Those were the two games that actually did new things, that were fresh, that had new innovations, new ideas, creative gameplay, creative approach that were different. And neither one of those games got categorized in the Game of the Award of the year, right? The reason why South of Midnight won, it was because it was winning on the fact of trying to say that it was like, the game that was pushing something that's under the category of woke, when that game is not woke, okay? Just because the girl is black and just because the girl was the main character, it doesn't make it woke.
Yeah.
And you would know this. You would know
You gotta
this
play the game to know
if you
That's
played
right.
the fucking game, right?
That's right.
If you played that
That's
game,
right.
you would know that it's not woke.
That's right.
So the category that it won in was the wrong category because it's not woke. You understand?
Yeah.
But most of those people that you, according to you, Hebot, they don't play Xbox. They
Well, that's what I'm trying, my love. That's what. Great that you pointed out, but that's what I'm trying to point out, my love, Dea. That's what I'm trying to say. That proves that the Game Awards system of how they choose game proves that they don't play games, especially on Xbox, and it proves that they're not real gamers. They follow what's popular. Since Expedition 33 was trending, since Donkey Kong Bonanza was trending. You get what I'm trying to say? Since Ghost of Jotei is a Sony game, that is why they were nominated. It wasn't because they were games that deserve, because Donkey Kong Bonanza is a very limited freaking platformer. You guys know I love platformers. It's not doing nothing new. It was just in 3D in an open world landscape, because I played the game and the game is not, it's not a bad game. Again, I'm like trying to be cool. I'm trying to be as clear as possible. I'm not saying that it's a bad game. What I am saying is that it's being categorized and chosen as if it's just something fantastic when there were other games that deserve to be actually rightfully recognized. Because when you play Split Fiction and you go all the way and beat the game, you see things in that game you've never seen before. It's doing things that you've never seen in a video game before, ever. It's moving the envelope, it's doing innovative things, and the game is not only fantastic as far as gameplay, but it has great story, great graphics, great gameplay mechanics, and great new ideas. That's why I said that should have been the number one candidate for Game of the Year. The number one, without a shadow of a doubt. And the number two should have been South of Midnight, right? And again, like I said, the people right there that are part of the whole committee, the whole thing, they prove that they're not gamers that play actual games, because again, if they have, South of Midnight would have never won an award based on woke, right? Because they're saying representation of something. It's a woke award. It would have won it on some other different awards, because South of Midnight is not woke. It is very authentic to the time period, to the story.
I know woke stuff when I see it. It's
But you know what I'm saying, Dave. South of Midnight is super authentic to a timeline, right? To a timeline.
Yeah.
To a timeline in New Orleans that hasn't really been tackled before.
Yeah.
With a lot of elements in the story of shit that used to happen back then. That was 100% genuine.
Yep.
The whole fact that her dad came from a rich family, that he was white, had a relationship with his mother.
You want to be careful about how much you say about the game, just in case.
I mean, spoiler alert. Whoever didn't go play the game, that's your fucking problem. You're an idiot, because you should have been played it. It's on Game Pass. There's no goddamn
Long time ago.
There's no excuse. And you saw the hypocrisy, because I don't know why Microsoft even did that. You saw the two developers all crying, "Oh my God, thank you." And by the way, we decided to bring it to PlayStation and Nintendo, which I was like, dear God, here we go again. Why? They're not going to buy the fucking game. They're not going to give two fucks. You're going to see it's going to come out on both little platforms, and the game's not going to sell. So why do you keep bringing games if they don't sell? I don't get that. I really don't. I don't fucking get it. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. But yet, I guess for them it doesn't matter. But they don't deserve it. Because if you didn't play it when it came out on Xbox, which was exclusive, which was a reason to go buy an Xbox, according to their logic, we like exclusives. Well, South of Midnight was an exclusive. Why did you buy an Xbox South of Midnight? Why did you buy South of Midnight? Why didn't you buy an Xbox for a Valve? Why did you buy Xbox for Gunk? For Crossfire X? Why did you buy an Xbox for Starfield? Those are all exclusives. So what I'm hearing is bullshit, right? And I call bullshit in this community because this community is full of shit. The game community is the most hypocritical, lying sack of shit community there is in the world. Okay? They're fucking full of shit, all of them. Okay? That's why I don't even bother to do the content up, because they're all fucking full of shit. If you like something, you're gonna buy it. The whole gist is we want an exclusive. Yep. So when you have an exclusive anywhere, or on Xbox particularly, you don't go buy it. But then the minute they announce it on the screen, on the fucking wards, you saw everybody cheering. No, you know why they were cheering? Because it was like, yeah, good. We don't gotta buy an Xbox. Fuck you. We gotta get it in PlayStation and we can get it on the Nintendo. That's why they were fucking cheering. They weren't cheering because they give a fuck about the game. Because everybody that thinks that they were cheering about the game, you're fucking stupid. No, that's not why they were cheering. They don't give two fucks about the game. They're cheering because it's another exclusive that Xbox gave away for free, because they don't give a fuck about the exclusivity shit no more. And they're thinking that that's an L somehow. That's a W somehow for Nintendo or for fucking PlayStation. That's how they're fucking treating it. Not because they care about the game. They don't care about the game. If they would have cared about the game, they would have been playing the fucking game. I not only played the game, I bought the game. Day one. Okay? And it's on Game Pass. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. And I'm the one that's been pushing, I've been pushing advocaately, like on Twitter for the longest, bring a fucking physical of the game, because the game deserves to be preserved. And it deserves a physical copy, just like the Gunk did, right? So again, you know, the Game Awards is just, it's basically a convention for video games that they show really high profile fucking upcoming shit, because Jeff Keighley has connections with IMAX people and people from the theater. That's why they give him all these privileges to do things, because they know 100+ million people or 90 million people watch it worldwide, even though it's not a real fucking goddamn award. Because it isn't. The real award is the joystick award and the thing award.
Time out. How many people did they pretend to watch it this year?
I don't know. I didn't see it because they remember Unlimited.
I thought he said 93 million. I was about to say, get the fuck out of here.
No. I'm talking about based on. Remember last year they said there was 100 million people that tuned in.
Yeah.
But what they're counting,
they lied that motherfuckers watch like the Super Bowl.
But what they're counting, because what they're doing is they're
asked to get that show.
What they're doing Unlimited is they're counting the YouTube views, or the Twitter views, or the Twitch views, and you know how people go see it later on, they combine it together. That's how they're doing their numbers. They're not doing live numbers like in regular ABC or the Super Bowl that is live numbers, that are like millions of people tune in live. They're making it seem like that, but it's not what it is. They're counting the views on each fucking social media outlet, and then as time goes on, 100 million people tuned in to watch the award. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so when Xbox puts a trailer up, they count that as a view for the award.
Yeah, but you know what it is. They're doing it it's a vertical slice.
Yeah, because that 100 million. Listen, if they had them numbers, do you know Netflix would bend over backwards to have?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're doing it. That's what I'm saying. They're doing it like with the vertical slice. They're doing it based off views every single outlet, like Twitch. They're putting everything combined, and that's how they're doing it. But they're making it seem to the public when they talk about it and they tweet out or talk about it and they make articles. They're trying to make it seem like, 100 million people tuned in to watch it. No, that's not how it is. That's how they're doing it. But I'm saying that's why they get those numbers, and that's why he's getting those previews and stuff like that to be able to show it there, because they're seeing it as a form of, okay, we could get exposure for the game coming up soon or coming out soon. That's why they're doing it. But if you notice that, there was less real big reveals this year, because again, that is true. They were charging $1 million for each trailer that was shown for 20-minute, 2-minute trailer or whatever the fuck it is. In the case of the Knights of the Old Republic, I think that was like a 30-minute, a 60-second trailer, right? Or something like that, or 50 seconds, something like that.
Yeah.
Or some shit. Yeah, but that's what's going on. But again, I understand why Expedition won, and I'm glad that they won and not someone else, because at least, it shows that their body of work paid off. It was a small team, and they gave thanks to Xbox. They said that it wasn't for Xbox, they would not have been able to done shit.
Yeah, nice.
So they gave Xbox their respect. They gave Xbox their flowers.
Yep.
And they also talked about how, and the fact that it was only 30 people, that's a wonderful thing that they did that for that reason. But as far as the game, that it should have won because it's doing something new or moving the pendulum forward, no. I think it should have been, without a shadow of a doubt, it should have been either Split Fiction or South of Midnight. I said, like I've said every other year, when I said that, it should have been It Takes Two and No Straight Roads, because as a gamer, I pick games that are really moving the needle forward and doing something new and innovative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, excellent stuff there, Keybot. We did. Before I get on to the brother E-Rock, let me shout out.
Hey,
Techno. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Unlimited.
Yeah.
Unlimited. I just want to say real quick. That South of Midnight was a phenomenal game, man.
Yeah,
that was phenomenal. It was different. Yeah. It was just. It was like Ebon said. It was phenomenal. The art style, everything was different. The lore of the play. It was awesome, bro.
Hey, Sega, hold that thought, because we're gonna talk about our favorite games after this topic. All right. So hold that thought. All right. I want to hear everything when we get to our favorite game of the year. Before I get to E-Rock, let me shout out the chat, because I see my homie Techno Blast. Yeah.
Right.
He's like me, a big fan of Houston sports teams.
Oh.
Texans.
What's up, Techno Blast?
Yeah, the homie Techno Blast. Mike Johnson, been a while. What's up, Mike Johnson?
All right.
A1 always popping in and saying with Gogo Post. All right, but E-Rock, man, you there, my friend?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, so the topic was actually about
what's up, E-Rock? Happy holidays.
Yeah, same here, E-Rock. Yeah, my bad, man. Forgot to say that.
Happy holidays, man. Hope everybody's enjoying their time with their families, man. Everything's good, man. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, E-Rock. So he bought. Yeah, he went a little off track on the main topic, but the main topic that we're talking about was and that's because I asked him about some information with that shit. So he broke it down as usual because that's how he about works. But yeah, man. But what are your thoughts on Xbox Game Pass in 2025?
Xbox Game Pass in 2025 was on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, as a gamer, I'm happy. I mean, you know, we've talked about this tool. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, if I sound a little bit low energy, that's because I was like literally asleep about 20 minutes ago. And
Yeah.
I said, oh shit,
Yeah, brother, go ahead.
Let me get up and do and put my thing down. Game Pass never disappoints, man. I'm enjoying it. I think Game Pass for 2025 outdid themselves. I think every year they get better. Game Pass always goes from strength to strength. It's always a good flow of games in Game Pass. This was just a great year, and again, you can't beat the value. You can't beat the value, man. Like, we're all on budgets, man. Some of us, well, almost everybody in here has a family, or almost everybody in here is a homeowner, or almost everybody in here has rent or a mortgage, or if you ain't got a mortgage, you got bills. And so not everybody has, thousands of dollars to throw into gaming. So to have a service where they're giving you for $30 a month, almost $5,000 worth of games, that's a deal, man. And you get to try before you buy, and you get to pick and choose what you want to buy. Case in point, man. What's that game that came out in 2023? Damn it. The one with the fucking vampires, man. Redfall. Redfall came out like what, 2 years ago, and I just bought it like last month because it came on sale.
Vampire Survivors? Oh, Redfall.
No,
Okay.
Redfall.
Yeah.
Me personally, like, I enjoyed Redfall.
Yeah.
But I wasn't gonna pay full price for it. I waited till it came on sale.
Yeah.
That's just how I rock. So I bought it. It's part of my collection. For those of you to say that all we do is just we rent games or whatever the fuck, man. Whatever, man. Look, do you? You know what I mean? We've been through this before. Do you? You know what I mean? Don't tell me how to spend my money. And I wouldn't tell anybody on this podcast how to spend their money. But that's how I did the entire original the Xbox One collection. If it wasn't something I wanted right away, like Rise Son of Rome or Sunset Overdrive, I waited till they came on sale. And so I own every Xbox One exclusive. And I'm not going to stop until I own every Xbox Series X exclusive. Some of them, like Starfield and Avowed, I'll wait for them to come on sale. That's just me. But like, I like the fact that Game Pass gives me that choice.
Exactly.
I like the fact that Game Pass gives me choices. And we as gamers, we don't have to sit out here and explain our motivation for doing shit. Well, y'all don't buy your games. Well, if that's what you think, whatever. I mean, we don't buy our games. I guess that's why everybody in this podcast has thousands of games digitally and thousands of games physically, because we don't buy games. Whatever, man. Anyway, Game Pass 2025. I think they outdid themselves.
Yeah.
I think Game Pass continues to prove why it's a great value, not just for the consumers, but now it's a great value for apparently publishers and developers. Because again, like Hebot was alluding to, I don't want to get off topic, but look what happened to Expedition 33.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, look what happened to Expedition 33. I mean, it won. I mean, oh God, why? Is that a topic tonight? The Game Awards? Because if it's
no. It's about games. We're celebrating Xbox today.
Yeah. Well, look what happened to Expedition 33. Expedition 33 is Xbox Game Pass' biggest third-party success in 2025. Game Pass made that happen. I don't watch the Game Awards because it's not a Game Awards show. I think it's a farce. I think it's a fiasco. I haven't watched it in almost 10 years or longer. I refuse to watch it. because it's not a game award show by gamers for gamers. I've been saying for almost 5 years now, since the days of the Exile podcast, that we need a game award show by gamers for gamers. I guess it's never going to happen. I guess Phil Spencer and everybody is happy with the status quo because Xbox is the only people with the money to actually do an actual game award show by the gamers for the gamers. He said he's happy to declare Expedition 33 won, but for real, I tried Expedition 33, and I'm gonna tell you how E-Rock X rocks. If the shit was that great, I would have fucking bought it. I didn't. I didn't. I waited for it to come on sale, and that bitch is $35 and I'm waiting for it to come on sale. Expedition 33, in my opinion, is not great. It has good graphics. So does every goddamn thing. I told my boy, rest his soul, Eli, my buddy, man. I told my boy Eli a long time ago. I said, be careful now that you got an Xbox One. Everything looks fucking great. So watch where you spend your money. Everything looks great now since 2013. Expedition 33 looks great. Yeah, this is by a studio of 33 people. Okay, I give them their props. But when you play Expedition 33, you will see it is Final Fantasy.
It is.
It is every Square Enix game you have ever.
I'm glad. I'm glad you see the same thing I tried to say and explain it.
see, nigga, I played it. It's every Square Enix turn-based Final Fantasy game you have ever played. It's just, I mean, you can taste the French influence. It's almost like they smack you in the head with a fucking beret and a baguette. You can taste the fucking French influence in it. But I played it and I'm like, this is Final fucking Fantasy. What's all hype about? This is Final Fantasy. Complete with all of the annoying fucking turn-based battles every 2 seconds. I mean, I applaud that it's by a small studio. I don't know if I'm happy that it got Game of the Year. You know, we all know that there's a better game out there should have got Game of the Year, but we know why that game didn't get Game of the Year. You know, the category that Hebot was talking about is something called games for action or some shit they call it. Games for impact.
Or something like that.
Games for impact.
Impact, which means like representation. It's a woke award. Is what it is.
Well, yeah, it's a game. It's a game that featured positive representation or some shit. The only reason why I know this is because I read an article somewhere. I'm never going to watch the Game Awards. I want to hold on to the last few remaining brain cells that I have. So I'm never going to watch that shit. I'm not going to have my intelligence insulted. Again, I don't know how this guy Geoff Keighley got all of this power. I don't know why this fiasco has been allowed to go on for so damn long. So I mean, they threw South of Midnight a bone. They threw an Xbox game a bone finally. But I mean, it's a fiasco, man. It's all bullshit. I mean, clear obscure Expedition 33 is okay. It's an okay game that got caught up in the zeitgeist of being put out there by Game Pass. And I appreciate that they gave Game Pass their props, according to what y'all telling me. They gave Xbox their props on live TV, which they should have done because y'all wouldn't have got everyone for Xbox. But like, I was sure that Geoff Keighley was going to give that shit to Metroid Prime or Donkey Kong or some other shit. But
he was trying real hard to give it to Ghost of Yotei. That's why it got nominated so many times. But the gamers are not going to fall for that. You know, gamers follow what's popular, and Ghost of Yotei wasn't popular. Plus, they don't like that whole woke agenda that it had. So they're not going to do that. That's what I was saying. It's the same. Look, the reason why Geoff Keighley got so much power, like I said, not only because his father was the CEO or the owner of IMAX, right? Which I never knew that, right? It's because that's why the minute that the gamers made sure that E3 died because Nintendo could no longer participate or because Sony couldn't afford to participate and it was only Xbox doing it. That's why they made sure that it would die because that's why he got so much power because he's a pony that loves Sony and he has connections and he's the only one that has that impact as far as financial impact and knowing people, right? To be able to make a show of that type based off video games, and since there's not many that exist, that's why he's getting the positive views and all that stuff.
But you know
what I mean?
You know he's not coming out of his pocket to rent the motherfucking Kodiak Theater.
Oh, of course not. No, that's why he keeps telling people that, to give them advertisements and shit like that. Yeah, of course. I know that. Absolutely.
It's just
absolutely. That's why they were charging $1 million. That's why they were charging $1 million for each game trailer that was shown. You know what I mean? That's why Microsoft said, fuck you, you're not going to use our venue so we can actually fight back because your committee is unfair because he went to the Peacock Center, right? Mm-hmm. So Microsoft, all right, fuck you, we're going to do our shows in January every year. That's why they're doing that.
You're right. It is basically, you're right, because they have it every year. So it's like they circumvent the Game Awards now.
Well, you didn't see what Microsoft did, E-Rock and Dale?
No, I
didn't see what they did? Well, look, this is what they did. Microsoft did a 30-minute or 35-minute Game Award preview based on all the Xbox games nominated.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Before the show. Why do you think they did that?
Wow. You say before the show they did that?
Yeah, before the show. They did it with the developers talking about the game, how much impact it had, and what was good about it, what they went through. You know, like a whole 35 or 38-minute pre-show. They did it on their own channel. They didn't even announce it. They just did it. And the reason why they did that is because they knew that the Game Awards, even though the games were nominated for Xbox, they had several games, they were not going to represent Xbox, as Xbox is the reason why those games were there, or for the reason that Xbox helped. They knew that. Microsoft is playing coy, like, oh, kumbaya, but they do things showing you that they're not fucking stupid.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why they do that show now every January. You saw it as soon as the Game Award finished. They announced the day of the fucking game of the show for January, like an hour after the show was over or the next day. That's why they did that. Yeah. And they said big announcements, big things are coming. Prepare yourself. Next year is going to be a big year for us. You saw that. And I already called and I'll call it again. And E-Rock, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry, brother. I was just trying to add to what you said. I'm calling it. Next year, the new Xbox will come out. And the reason why is because they're trying to do like they did with the 360. They're trying to get ahead of Sony so they can get a jump on them to beat them, because it hasn't worked releasing the console at the same time with PlayStation. And since it hasn't worked through PS4 and Xbox One and now Xbox Series X with the PS4, they want to try to get ahead. I'm telling you that is going to be the surprise that is going to come out next Christmas. I'm telling you. Mark my words there. I'm never fucking wrong 95% of the time. I'm telling you.
Okay, I'll be.
I'm telling you. Because just imagine an Xbox console releasing with Fable, with Forza, with Gears, and the new Halo all at once.
Yeah, that would be powerful.
And next year, their 25th.
It's their 25th anniversary. And keep in mind, they never said Halo was going to be day and date released with PlayStation.
No.
They said it will come to PlayStation, but it didn't say it was
that would be mind-blowing.
They never said that. So remember...
Real quick, let me give a shout-out to the $5 super chat from Emmanuel. He said, hold it down, guys. Where's the other Zinc, though? You know Zinc, man.
Nope.
He took, you know how to take care of his mom and stuff.
Yeah.
So if he pops in, great. But yeah, man, we holding it down, Emmanuel. Continue.
No, it was E-Rock's moment. I just wanted to add to what E-Rock was saying because he was on a good topic, but I wanted to add because I know he didn't know what I was gonna, certain things, certain details. So let E-Rock finish because I cut him off. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Anyway, man, I just wanted to address that because I heard y'all talking about it earlier. But yeah, Xbox is 2000. Game Pass is 2025 was amazing, man. 2026 should be incredible. And man, like what is there else to say? But what Sega Man always says it, man. We eating good over here, man. If you don't know, you don't know. I'm not going to wake you. I'm not going to tip your hat to it. Nor is it my job to anymore, man. My thing is, if you want to stay asleep, stay asleep. But Xbox's 2025 was lit, and I'm looking forward to 2026. Lot of great games came in the Game Pass, and I am very very happy as a gamer because they look out for my pocketbook, and I appreciate that. I'm not obligated to buy all these games from these developers, nor do I have to, nor do any of us. You got to impress me, and the ones that impressed me, like South of Midnight, those are the ones I dropped the money for. But 2025 was incredible, man, and I'm happy with Xbox, man. This is beyond anything as a gamer I could have ever imagined. I mean, this blows the doors off of Xbox One, Xbox 360, OG Xbox. This console is just on fire. So I'm excited about 2026, and 2025 for me and Game Pass was incredible and unlimited.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there. Absolutely spot on there, E-Rock. And Mr. Libido, people don't buy Series X because most people are followers, man. They just follow whatever seems cool in the moment. It's the same reason there are people who upgrade their iPhones every year. You don't need a new iPhone from the 16 to the 17, but millions of people still do it. But with that said, guys, absolutely excellent first topic. Yeah, I agree with everybody here. Game Pass this year I thought was absolutely phenomenal. In my opinion, the best year yet. I was just blown away by how many games. It felt like weekly. We were getting
unlimited.
What's up? Yeah.
What? I don't.
Hey,
Sega Man dropped out. Sounds like.
Hey, can you hear me? Hey,
Yes.
Sega Man, I can hear you.
I can't hear Sega Man.
Hey, unlimited.
Yeah, I can't hear Sega Man either.
Okay, I just.
Can you guys hear?
Hey,
It's
Sega Man,
delayed.
can you come back?
Can you
in?
guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear
Can you hear
Sega
me,
Man now.
Unlimited? Can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, you got who can hear me?
We all can.
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Can he hear us?
Yeah, I'll come back in.
Yeah, there
Okay,
you
I
go.
don't think he can hear us.
Yeah, once
Can you
once
both
she
hear me
dropped
now?
out.
What I wanted to say real quick, Unlimited, not to say, but like with the Game Pass too. Can you all hear me? Okay. So what I wanted to say real quick with the Game Pass. Yeah, I can hear you guys.
I think
I
he's
can hear
on
you guys.
delay.
Are you on a
Tone.
delay, Sega Man?
Tone, you might want to drop back out and come back in.
Going over here working. I'm being holiday.
You know what I
hear
think?
you.
I think it's a latency. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
All right, man. What's a podcast without technical issues?
That's true. Yeah.
Back to norm. All right, but he'll speak his mind when we come back in. But yeah, as we go, as we do our final topic for today, we can't end the year without talking about. Oh, here he is. All right, Sega Man, can you hear us?
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's better.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah, I don't
Ebot
think
can
you
hear
hear
me,
us.
man.
I don't think he
I don't-
can hear us.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah, I
Ebot
can hear you.
me. Can you?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you guys perfectly.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Just talk. That's what we gotta say. Just double check thinking yourself. Just
All right.
say it.
All right, hold on. All I wanted to say is I think it's good for Game Pass too because they have also where they upped the Microsoft money points when you do, the
The Bing.
the
Yeah.
Microsoft. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's great. I think
The
that
Bing
was
points.
also great because they upped it from 5 to 10 to 20.
Mhm.
So that's another perk that we got too when they revamped everything. That's
And
all
you're
I wanted
getting
to say.
bigger discounts for any games you buy on Game Pass. Also, it's another thing.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Excellent points, man. Excellent points. Man, I know E-Rock over there like, man, I woke up for this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. So we can't finish. We gotta finish off the year. Talk about our favorite games of the year. We already talked about how great Xbox was. We already talked about how bullshit the Game Awards was. But ultimately, every year there are going to be games that capture us, games that we just absolutely love, games that we just want to praise and talk about. and that was always the golden limited truth, right? Positive Xbox more so than the usual negative shit you get all over. So everybody, you know, I want y'all to talk as much as you want about whatever your favorite game of 2025 is. And I'm gonna start with the first lady of chat, the Queen of Green. Daya, what was your 2025 game of the year?
Well, everybody's been talking about it. I told you it was an Xbox game, and for me,
Mhm.
it was South of Midnight. That was a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
I was so emotionally tied up into those stories that I kept like talking my husband's head off. I kept telling him about these stories, and he's like, "What are you telling me? What is this?" You know? And I said, "You have to play this game. It's so good." I was so emotionally tied. And you know, I could tell he didn't know what I was talking about. But I had to talk to somebody about it because it really had me wrapped up into those stories. They were so real. They felt so visceral. And I haven't really been moved like that in quite a while. I can't even remember. The stories felt grounded. They felt like, see, people who say I have to go to this area. People who say that the game is woke, it is not woke. Woke
Nope.
is misunderstood these
Nope.
days. The protagonist, yes,
No,
she's
the minute that they see a girl character as the main protagonist, they automatically assume it's unwoke.
that's not what makes
When that's
it woke.
bullshit.
What make the game woke is if you are subverting a story just to meet a quota, like if you if you replace
Or a certain narrative.
yes, and right, certain for the purpose of certain narratives, or you're replacing a character just for the sake of replacing the character. None of this stuff advances the stories, so therefore the stories tend to suffer because the best stories are thought up from the ground up, conceived the way
Yes.
it is, and that's what
Yes.
South of Midnight was. It was really well done. The character, there's no woke stuff in it. The character is fully fleshed
Nope.
out and realized as a person, in my opinion. And the people around her,
It's not an opinion, it's fact.
Hey, let Dave
Fact.
speak, Heba.
okay, you really get a sense
Sorry.
of like, in my opinion, black and white characters who are poor, who live in this part of the world, and some of the things that they deal with living in that part of the world. Like if people are from the South, I saw a lot of I don't live in the South, but my dad is from the South. I have people from the South, and I can tell you that they were hitting and ticking off a lot of boxes that are very realistic, at least for a time. You know, in the South, I was amazed by the music and how the music was used in the game. Blew my mind. It was so well done, and I don't care what anybody says. Some people was complaining about the gameplay. I tell you, there was times, and I'm not sure
Combat was
how the
great.
game was scaling, but there was times where the game was hard, and I couldn't figure out why it was hard. Like sometimes juggling like maybe 4 or 5 characters on the
Sorry,
screen was
buddy.
not as
Excuse me.
easy as it seemed. And I thought that, wow, this is actually, sometimes it was challenging and sometimes it wasn't. I didn't it was like, I don't know how they did the scaling at times, but it was really, really good.
The people try to say that the game's combat was limited a day, and it wasn't.
It wasn't, with the different moves and the different things, like the way they mixed up your boss.
They must have played the first 5 minutes because as you progress, you unlock.
Yes, it keeps adding on to
Yes.
what you've already learned. Like it starts you off small to get you familiar with those mechanics and stuff, and then it keeps adding on to it. The bosses keeps changing, and then it just keeps layering as you go through the different missions. Same thing with the platforming. They'll introduce a technique for the platforming, but then they start. You better know it well, and you better be able to execute it well, because every time you press, you have to use those things, and you have to know when to use them. Like, they don't baby you and tell you, okay, use it here. They don't have all of that. They just assume you have the mechanics in mind. You should know if you can't get to something a certain way, you have to do it a different way. I love the different aspects of the game. The storytelling was strong. You had platforming, and you also had combat, and I love that they had all three. And I thought that game was phenomenal. I was really shocked to learn that this game wasn't even up there for game of the year. I was really shocked by that. And because just as Heba said, it did so many different creative, unique things in the way that they approached that gameplay. And again, I'm not saying this because this is Xbox. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not. But South of Midnight was my game of the year. I had the most emotional responses to that game. I still remember the stories. It still sticks with me. And I thought it was a beautiful looking game too. That's another thing. I couldn't believe that was on Unreal Engine 4 and not 5. It was a beautiful game. And I tell you, Compulsion Games surprised me beyond reason. I did not know they had that in them because I thought they had talent before, but this game really showed me. I see now what Xbox saw in them when they were talking with them, and they saw the potential. Then they saw the game that they came up with. And they said, "Yeah, these people need to be ours. We need to get them." And everybody was like, "Why Compulsion Games?" They were questioning that, right? Because yeah, We Happy Few was good, but
Why not?
It hit the marks. But imagine if they had the support of an Xbox when they did We Happy Few. Imagine that, okay?
We Happy
Because
Few. That was my shit. I didn't finish it, but that was my
yeah,
shit.
We Happy Few did some great things too. That's the thing. If people see that they got such a creative team, but I just want to say, I don't want to drag it out too long. The game was not woke. It was in a setting that made sense to the character, her background, her story, all of it was in a place where it made sense. It pulled from real life situations that some people could relate to in some form or another. And I thought that the stories were so heavy hitting that they impact you. They really do. You forget you're playing a video game and that these characters are fictional, but the stories were so, like, it was one particular story. I don't want to say it just in case somebody hasn't played it, but I was so angry by that. I got
Are you talking about the story with the crocodile? With the daughter and the crocodile?
No, I'm talking
Without saying too much.
Yeah, that's one, but no, it's this one with these two brothers. Okay, it was.
Oh yeah, that one too. Oh yeah, yes,
Oh my
yes,
God,
yes.
That one
Yes,
hit me so
yes.
hard, but it took me a while.
Yes.
I was so emotional.
Even they were all like little story bits, and they combined them together to fit the narrative of the whole plot of the game, which was great.
Right. It was
Because
so
those
good.
were real things and real in situations and story that happened in that timeline, in that era, in New Orleans. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say, without saying too much. Yeah. Mhm.
Right. Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
Like, you think the game would be about her having powers and all? That's like
Yes.
like an afterthought. That's not really what drives that game. And so I encourage anybody.
Yes.
South Midnight, please, you will do yourself a favor. Please play that game because it's so very good. And although
Well, let's see if all the hypocrites that were cheering that's coming to PlayStation now. Let's see if they're gonna buy it. Let's see,
well, they need to.
because all the hypocrites are crying, were screaming like, "Oh yeah!"
If they really support good games, they need to give this game a chance. They do. They need to give this game a chance. But,
I'm sorry. Forgive me, D. I didn't mean to laugh at you, boo, but that was funny.
I'm pleading, but I'm not expecting too much. But I'm pleading because I really want the support for a game as good as this to really get recognized. I hope that other awards ceremonies will recognize this game for what it accomplished, and I'm immensely proud of Compulsion Games, and I really cannot wait for their next game to
Damn
come.
straight.
And I'll end it there.
Absolutely.
Ah, fuck. All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Go
so Sega Man, you still there? Sega Man.
Yeah.
Hey man, so they are actually excellent choice for Game of the Year. But Sega Man, what is your choice for 2025 Game of the Year for you?
Well, man, I have to say, honestly, can you guys hear me good?
Loud and clear.
All right, I have to say, South of Midnight. I mean, that was an awesome game. I got it. I got it before it came out, where you got to see the behind the scenes thing, and then you'll get the game later. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah.
They were showing how the game was made. They were showing the lore. They were showing the old houses. Is it Louisiana, right?
Right. Yeah.
They were showing the old houses back then. They did a music video, kind of like, I think, where people singing different things like that in the houses. People were celebrating. different things like that. I paid attention to everything, even with that. And that game was just spiritually, it hit me. I don't know if some people can understand that. Spiritually, it hit me because the music, the Louisiana, the lore of what the things that they did back then, like it kind of reminds me of I don't know if you guys will agree with me. It kind of reminds me of kind of like the movie Sinners. It kind of has like a, you know what I mean, like a
yes, like that.
Yeah, it's got that flavor. Yeah.
yeah.
The
It has
you're talking about the vibe of
Yeah.
Sinners. I know what you mean.
Exactly, brother Hebot and brother Iraq and everybody. It does. It has that. It has that vibe. It really does. And it was just phenomenal. Not just the gameplay. The gameplay was awesome. I don't know what people are talking about. The gameplay was awesome. The details and the characters, like when you had to climb that big, huge tree. You know, that real big ass tree.
Yeah, that boy they got
Yes.
turned into a tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
That has to do with the story that Ao was mentioning with the little boys.
Yeah. And,
The big
and I
tree.
guess the little
Mhm,
boy, he became the heart of that tree, right? He became that was really creative. I mean, that was phenomenal. My favorite creation in that game was the spider lady with the white
Molly.
eyes.
Mm.
Yeah, the spider
Mhm,
lady.
mhm.
So, I mean, it was phenomenal. I couldn't put it down, brother Unlimited. I kept playing it every morning when I would get up every morning until I beat
Sorry.
it. I mean, that's
Excuse-
how. Huh? Was it?
No, I'm saying excuse me. I'm in the store. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's how great the game was, Brother Unlimited and E-Rock. Everybody, it was a phenomenal game. It deserved, in my opinion, it deserved Game of the Year. It really did. I don't know what people are talking about when they say woke. It wasn't woke. I don't. I'm so sick and tired of people
man,
saying.
you know what it also did? It also proved that you can make a game that's very heavy driven on story,
Yeah.
but doesn't put to the side the gameplay.
That's
The way
right.
that Sony games do. You know how Sony games are
Right.
either gameplay or mainly story. They either feel like a
Right.
movie or they might feel like a game without a movie.
No, it's
No.
story featuring gameplay. And the
Right.
gameplay
This game
gameplay
fleshes
is-
out
The
a
gameplay is
Let's-
Alloy saying, maybe if I throw a rock at this dinosaur, I'll distract them. That's Sony's gameplay right there.
Yeah.
right.
And
Right. That wasn't the case with that game. That game, they fleshed out a really comprehensive and detailed story without not one bit taking away from the gameplay and the fun factor and the mechanics. That was the priority number one, and the story was like the icing on the cake, so to speak.
Yeah, but continue saying
Mm-hmm.
that.
And real quick, you know what else reminds me of that movie that had a little bit of essence too? You guys remember the movie with Outkast in it? Was it called ATL?
Yeah.
Remember the music
Yeah.
that was in there?
Mhm, mhm.
Some of that music kind of reminded me of the music that was in South of Midnight. You know what I mean? Like different things like that.
ATL, Eve's Bayou. It pulls from a lot of references.
Right.
Oh yeah. Eve's Bayou is another
Exactly.
one. Mhm.
Exactly, guys. Exactly. So to land my plane, everybody, South of Midnight was just a phenomenal game. I know there was other games that were great. I just beat that game by Double Fine, where you're that walking lighthouse.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, keeper.
Oh yeah, Keeper, man.
Yeah, I beat that. That was a phenomenal game. It was very how can I say, it was very creative. It was very, very creative, kind of like a hippie tripping, you know, like on a trip, you know, on some acid or something like that.
For you.
It's like it's like playing an abstract artwork that you see, and you're playing
Yeah.
in that world of an abstract
Yeah.
art.
But
It's really nice.
but again, this is just me. The video game awards is proof positive of why we've gotten so far away from what gaming should be.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's a prime example. The fact that Claire Obscura won is an example that whoever votes in that committee and whoever runs that show, y'all are not gamers and you don't know squat. Keeper and South of Midnight is an example of what E-Rock, that's just your opinion. Well, maybe it is, but maybe it's also other people's opinions.
It's my
Hey,
opinion
goddamn
too.
it, we should be doing more with this medium.
Yeah.
We should be making fucking art. Like we should be making art. And I'm not saying every fucking thing got to be Citizen Kane. I'm not saying that every fucking thing got to be fucking The Wizard of Oz. I'm not
Right.
saying that every fucking thing got to be the Green Knight or a movie from the studio A24, but I'm
Yeah.
also saying not everything got to be fucking Avatar, or not
Yep.
everything got to be
Yeah.
fucking Avengers
Halo.
Doomsday. Like yo, like fucking look at Keeper and look at fucking South of Midnight, and that's exactly why those games will not be recognized, and
Yeah.
why those games will not get Game of the Year, because we let the wrong people be the fucking the gatekeepers of gaming. We've let the wrong people be the arbiters of this shit, and now I just stay in my lane like y'all, because Sega Man said, well, people are saying it's woke. You're gonna find, Sega Man, and I'm gonna let you finish. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead, bro.
You're gonna find that there's a lot of disingenuous people out there, millions of them, and they work for IGN. They have their own goddamn award show, right? They get their own YouTube channels. This game is woke DEI twice. No, what the fuck it isn't. They're so disingenuous that they can't even tell where something is deliberately diversity, equity, and inclusion, like Spider-Man 2, versus seeing something that's genuinely trying to tell a story. And so, Sega Man, you can't take these people at face value. I can't take them at face value no more. I won't take them at face value. I don't click on their videos. I wish they shit would stop popping up in my feed. Oh, the gameplay of South of Midnight was rudimentary. Well, you can say that about Spider-Man 2, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn,
Yep.
fucking Call of Duty. You can say that about a lot of games, right? But it's in how you incorporate the combat with the story. So I just wanted to say, man, it's a lot of disingenuous people out here, Sega Man, and you cannot take them at face value. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's all right. That's all right.
Well,
That's all right.
real quick, imagine they won't acknowledge something like the new Terminator 2D game that came out, and that game is fucking dope.
I gotta
It's
get
fire.
that. You just reminded me about that. Darn it, I forgot to pick that up.
But and in the year that we got the new Shinobi, which is also incredible.
Yeah.
Those are
Go ahead,
those are pixel art games, and they're not going to recognize anything anymore that's not Nintendo or not using Unreal Engine 5, which now shows a fundamental flaw in thinking. Because the second I saw the Terminator 2D game, I said, "Yo, I'm gonna get that shit." Y'all done played pixel art to death ever since that game. Something Night was supposed to come out for Xbox 6 years ago. It never came out. The Last Night.
The last night. Yeah.
That started the whole pixel art trend. But like as soon as I saw Terminator 2D, I said, "Yo, that shit gonna be fire," and I was correct. But Sega Man, like I'm saying, it's a lot of disingenuous people out here, and you just have to ignore them because they're not gamers, they're casuals, and casuals ruined this shit. It's ruined. I'm not going to let it ruin it for me. I enjoy gaming, but for the average person, gaming is ruined because the casuals are now the gatekeepers of this shit. The same way they're the gatekeepers of movies and entertainment, right? So it is what it is, man. Like would any of these people be reacting to it? Welcome to Derry. If one motherfucker hadn't said, "Yo, this shit is awesome," right? Would they all be reacting?
They would not.
No,
They would not.
Nope.
That's funny.
Because
I
it's
watched
trending.
that
Because
on
it's
my
trending.
own. That show was good.
They're watching it. They're watching it. Because it's trending.
Yeah. The show was goddamn cinema. It's goddamn
really
cinema.
good.
Yeah.
But it got popular because it trended.
Oh,
Like-
that's why. Okay, I watched it on my own and I got addicted. It was so good. Yeah.
Or you have a functioning brain. Everybody else don't. They only follow shit because it's trending and it's trending. Like I don't know how many reactors I've seen who didn't know the references. How I didn't know the references. I didn't know all that shit was connected. All the Stephen King shit was in a fucking multiverse.
Yeah, that's all from the
right?
book. That's all from the book. That's all from the book, Eli.
But anyway, go. I'm sorry, Sega Man. Go ahead and finish, man. I ain't mean to.
No problem. I'll finish real quick, Brother Unlimited. But I thought the game was phenomenal. Like the scenes where you're fighting the bosses were fantastic. Like when you're fighting the alligator, that was phenomenal. That was just phenomenal. The way the Unreal 4 engine is still fantastic. I mean,
Yes.
I don't even think you've seen the full potential of some of these engines,
Hell
man.
no.
You know, that was phenomenal, brother. But yeah, man, that was a great game. That was my also like Dea, that was my game of the year. And to end on that and land my plane, Brother Unlimited, that's the reason why you should like Ultimate Game Pass, because it's a melting pot of different games. I land my plane.
Beautiful.
Absolutely excellent way to
Great.
finish
That was
that
great,
all
Rob.
segment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely excellent. He bought the world's most powerful gamer, man. What was your favorite game of 2025?
Oh my God! How can you even? But from a real
Goes to
gamer's
Yote,
perspective,
nigga.
You gotta pick one, my friend. You gotta pick one.
no. See, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you to the point that you saying I'm gonna pick one. Watch what I'm about to do. Watch. So real quick, right? And from a real gamer's perspective, and what I mean by real gamer is like what E-Rock was stressing out, what even Dea and Sega Man and even yourself was pointing out, that games as what we knew and how we grew up on them are about what you experience on that screen, on that controller, with the sounds, the story, all combined as one package. We're talking about a year where we had things like Neo Inferno, right? Games like a Valve, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doom the Dark Ages, The Keeper, like you said, South of Midnight, right? And to be honest, there hasn't really been any other console to give you better stuff, because Mario Kart World is just trying to be Forza in the Mario world, and they didn't know how to execute it. It is corny. It's boring. Donkey Kong Bonanza is just an open world platformer that really is not offering nothing new, right? And Metroid Prime, you see how people are not really liking it because of the structure of the game, because it's trying to do something that never really done before.
That's getting a lot of hate.
Nintendo,
That's getting a lot of hate.
Yeah, people are finally catching up to what I've been saying about Nintendo since we first met, and I'm loving it.
Well, they're trying new territory that other people like Microsoft have been experienced for a long time, and so they don't know what to do and how to do it and how to execute it. They're not doing it right because they don't have the experience. You just can't do an open world game, Metroid style, with old gameplay style mechanics without evolving it and trying different things, because it's not going to work.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's too many games out there doing it that are doing it much better, and so it's going to take away from those games, and people are going to be like, this is all right. It's not that good.
Here's the problem.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
And that's the problem. So
I don't mean to go on the Nintendo. Give me 1 second, Keyboard. Give me 1 second. I don't mean to on a Nintendo rant, but this is what I've been saying. They've been stuck in the past so fucking long that they try to make a Forza-like game with an open world Mario Kart garbage. They try to make an open world shooter garbage. They try to put out Donkey Kong, what Keyboard said, I guess, an open world platformer. Every platformer I play on Xbox, games like Gloomy Eyes and South of Midnight.
Sorry.
We're way better than anything.
Oh my God.
And so Nintendo is trying to catch up with
you put it in
2025.
front of them and get it done.
Still do things like it's 2006 and it's not working. But continue.
No, it's not. I mean, like I said, in a world where you're playing, in a world where you're playing Neon Inferno, where you have a game like that came out, which E-Rock, I strongly suggest for you to try it out. The same way I would suggest, I stress out for me and you to play Split Fiction together, so you can see how it is. And where we had games, like I said, like Split Fiction earlier on, and South of Midnight, there's so many other games that came out that are just not being looked at and recognized because they don't have that, popularity, or because not the popular streamers are not playing it, or because it was an Xbox release and people are like, oh, the game is okay, it's not so robust. When you're talking to a person that is a master in platformers, action adventures, beat 'em ups and hack and slash, and you can't tell me when a game doesn't have good gameplay style. That's why you can never tell me that Ninja Gaiden is not the greatest 3D, hack and slash beat 'em up that exists, because it is, right? And then we got things like, we got games like Ninja Gaiden 4, which is also very strong, right? And nobody really wanted to talk about it, which is something that nowhere near in the world could Yote could even come close to touching, right? But because it was Xbox produced or Xbox published or because it was an Xbox related thing, we don't mention it because it's Xbox, right? But that stupidity that these guys have, and then have the nerve to call themselves gamers. And the fact that just a few weeks ago, a week ago or two, we got a brand new beat 'em up from Marvel that is absolutely incredible.
I just bought that.
Which
You talk about
fantastic.
Marvel
What?
Cosmic Invasion? You talk about that?
Cosmic and
Yep, I just bought
Cosmic
that.
and
Yeah.
Cosmic Invasion
Yeah,
with the
that's
gameplay that it
phenomenal
has.
too, so,
It feels like bread. It feels like bread and butter. Something that we haven't. It's better than every other Marvel game ever made, from
It's
Captain
very
America
good.
and the Avengers,
very
all the way
Yeah.
to Spider-Man and his from Spider-Man
Oh,
from
yeah.
Sega, from the X-Men that was from Konami, from the Punisher, which was one of my favorites and still is, from Capcom. It is the best 2D beat 'em up ever made from the Marvel series. It even plays better than the Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge from last year.
I agree.
If you can believe that, it is that good, right? It is that good, and I was surprised because I was just going in there with the mindset of, it's going to be basic, right? It's
That's
like
what I
if you ever
thought.
played right.
And it's one of
It's
the
like if you
number
ever
one
played
played games on Xbox.
Well, I mean, it's going to be because it's on Game Pass. It's going to be absolutely.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be. But again,
I wanted that game for like 6 months, so I bought that thing.
absolutely. So did I. Day one, and I bought it physical too. I ordered the physical copy. Comes out next year.
Cool.
Yeah. And that's another game that came out this year. A lot of people didn't recognize, and it's incredible. Called Nico Dorico. It's another one that came out, which is fantastic. So again, the point to get to my point, because I've already been long-winded. In a world that we had all these games just in 2025, on top of the big AAA hitters like Call of Duty, which still feels mid to me, and things of that nature. Not saying that it's a bad game, just feels mid, meaning that it doesn't feel like something new. It's the same old shit. Call of Duty in different year, different generation, right?
Right.
And again, that's not knocking it because these guys put a lot of hard work into these games. But unfortunately, since it's a cash cow, they have no choice. They have to keep making it because that's money thrown out the way in the garbage, right? You can't do those type of decisions.
But look at it like this: that game funds games like South of Midnight and others. Just look at it like that. It funds the games that you want to take the risk on.
Yes, absolutely. So my game of the year, without a shadow of a doubt, is Split Fiction. But my heart still wants to say South of Midnight. So my game of the year is Split Midnight. Okay, that's my game of the year.
You gotta pick two.
I played that with Hebot. It's a good game. Split Fiction.
It's unlimited. Doesn't want to play fair. You don't even want to give me a free pass to add 2 games on my list. We're gonna do this. We're gonna conjoin them. And so my favorite game of the year is Split Midnight. How about that? That's my game of the year.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice, Hebot. Yeah. That my only regret this year is not finding time to, because it's a co-op game. I kind of wish it had a mode where I could just play by myself because we don't our timelines just don't easily match up for me to just hey, let's play, right? So eventually I'm gonna find time to play it with somebody. Hebot, E-Rock if he's down with it, or whoever, because that game does look amazing. But E-Rock, you there?
Yeah.
All right, E-Rock, what is your favorite game of 2025?
I think y'all already know my favorite game of 2025.
WWE SmackDown 2026.
I mean, it's funny. Yeah. Well, I mean, the fact that I'm always on it is testament to the fact that they made a game that plays great. And has unlimited creation fucking options where, you're just not stuck with the characters that they come out with. We got a community that fucking is like, look, man, whatever fantasy wrestling match you want to book from today, yesterday, or whenever, boom, here you go. So, but I mean, my favorite game of the year, obviously, is a close runner-up. Of course, would be. I was really, really impressed by Keeper.
Yes.
Keeper, and South of Midnight are examples of what I was always talking about. I had mentioned to Unlimited Production about 5 years ago. We was just getting to know each other. I mentioned this a long time ago, back in 2018, to the Welsh Gamer. I said, man, I wish these developers would start making art again.
Right.
They used to make art once upon a time. They used to make art. Donkey Kong Country was art. Goddamn. Capcom made this game with this wolf, this mystical wolf, and I can't think of the name right now. Okami, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
Okami.
you.
That
Okami.
was a beautiful game.
Yeah, that was so artistic.
Parappa the Rapper, Flower. Video game developers used to make art, but they stopped making art.
Yeah.
Because video games got too expensive to make.
Yeah.
They got too expensive to make because people are always wanting new technology and new engines and Unreal Engine 5, which I love Unreal Engine 5. But you know, I enjoy video gaming, but I think, South of Midnight and Keeper is a testament to the fact that Double Fine Studios, Compulsion Games is a testament to the fact that there are still artists out here who give a shit about what the fuck they're doing.
Yep.
Right? I'm sorry about the profanity, but I mean, I could be more eloquent to get my point across, but at this point in time, I don't know how. Artists who care about what they're doing. I get it. You got to make money. No one understands this more than me. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You have to make money, which is why, unfortunately, South of Midnight is probably going to go to the Switch and the PlayStation. Ebot, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I understand that these studios have to cut their losses. Even something like Keeper and South of Midnight has to cost millions of dollars to produce. The care in which South of Midnight was made. South of Midnight, which is my choice for Game of the Year. I look for a game to impress me. I look for a game to wow me.
Yeah.
Ever since I played Fable back in 2004. Ever since I played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic back in 2003. I look for a game to make me feel something, to impress me, to make me laugh, maybe make me cry, maybe make me feel something. And South of Midnight was all of that and more.
Yeah.
The level of care and the artistry put into this game on Unreal Engine 4, mind you, which just goes to prove that Unreal Engine 4 was not outdated. The Xbox One was not outdated. We keep rushing this technology because, oh man, somebody came out with some great shit on this new engine on PC called ray tracing, and we had to rush to catch up to ray tracing, and we got to rush to catch up to all of this, and at some point they forget about the artistry, and they forget about why they made Unreal Engine 5. It wasn't so you could, case in point, there was a show recently, or a few shows. There was a preview about 1,000 Korean games, because Korea is now the new powerhouse in development and game studios, right? So they showed all these Korean games, and every last one of them there looked the same. Every last one of them looked the same. There's a guy with a sword. There's a guy doing this. There's a guy doing that. And they all looked like what's the Wu?
Black Myth.
They all look like
Wukong.
Black Myth Wukong. And I'm like, you know what? I've already had enough of this. I ate my fill with Black Myth Wukong. I don't want no more of that. Mommy, I don't want no more of that. I don't want no more leftovers. I don't want no more of that shit, right?
Yeah.
But then you look at South of Midnight and everybody, oh my God, did you see all those Korean games coming out? And I'm like, what about South of Midnight?
Yeah.
What about Keeper? Look at these games. Look at the South of Midnight. And we'll talk about Keeper in a whole nother show. Keeper's amazing. South of Midnight is like a fairy tale, a Louisiana fairy tale come to life.
Yep.
South of Midnight pulls from everything we've seen. It pulls from, even though there's no vampires in it, there's a little bit of Interview with the Vampire in there, a little bit of ATL in there, a little bit of East Bayou, a little bit of everything we seen from Louisiana. I'm not from Louisiana. I don't know shit about Louisiana, but the Saints and Jambalaya. But everything is in there. I didn't know about the Louisiana legends, like the Hug and Molly monster is a real legend. You know, the music,
legends,
the music was so authentic.
Oh yeah,
to the period and the place. And finally, to see a beautiful young black girl as the protagonist, Hazel. I fell in love with Hazel. What a beautiful character model whose motivations was not to put down society. Oh, the this is happening to us, and we're in poverty.
Right.
Or the white man is keeping me down. That's DEI. That's woke.
DEI, right.
Hazel's motivation was to find her mother, who was swept away one night during a storm.
Right.
And the artistry of how they brought to life the crocodile, and how they brought to life the boy that's the tree, and how they brought to life all of these old riverboats and the swamp and the pig factory and the platform elements and the combat, and how she's got to clear these areas of this blight, and how she has to go toe to toe with this deity. I think his name was Mephisto. I don't know what the fuck his name was. I forgot. But like, she has to go into the spirit world to save her mother.
Yeah.
This is what Sega Man Unlimited Production, Dia. You know, I know you guys are still getting it to know me, but you don't know me as a gamer. This is what excuse my French, Dia, but I have to get this is what I fucking asked for.
Exactly.
This is what I want. I didn't want.
Yeah.
I don't want Call of Duty 7. I don't want another God of War. I don't want for you to keep dragging out Halo endlessly unless you have something to say.
Yeah.
I don't want to see another Star Wars movie unless you have something to say. You're not going to drag me in to see Avatar or another Marvel movie unless you have something to say. Supergirl, the trailer looked good, but I hope she has something to say. Maybe it's because I've gotten 56, going on 57 now, and I've seen everything, which is why I was so surprised by the quality of it. Welcome to Derry. They just didn't do a cash-in. They had something to say different than the movies or different than the books. South of Midnight had something to say about this girl, Hazel, trying to rescue her mother. It was a love letter to Louisiana, a love letter to the South. And I said to myself, damn, there must be some black people working at Compulsion, because how did they nail all of this? I
don't know how they got that. Yeah, they did a good job.
How did they nail all of this? And the protagonist, Hazel, she's an overbearing. She's
real quick, remember real quick, sorry to interrupt you, but Compulsion went to older folks and people from the township that lived in Louisiana for many, many years, like older folks and people that were there, to get information about all that stuff. They did their homework. They didn't just make the game based on their ideology. Right. They went there and had stories from actual folks and people that were there for many, many years, and went to their library, looked up a lot of the stuff. They did their homework. That's why.
You can tell. And the game is so colorful and vibrant. Like there's a part where she has to go to her grandmother's house, and I'm just walking around looking at the moss on the trees, and looking at go into houses and see little shit like toasters and glasses and cups and pictures, and the artistry that's done is almost on the level of this company called Studio Leica, who do not use CGI. The people who did Paranorman and did Coraline.
It feels like almost like a stop motion at the same time.
It's made out of stop motion puppets. They don't use CGI because we've seen so much CGI now. The CGI looks flat. And Unlimited Production was nice enough to put up some gameplay of the game. The game just looks incredible. The world is alive, and I normally I'll play a game like I played Keeper's a great game. I got to get back to it, but I put it down. I guess maybe because I got so much things to play, I couldn't put South of Midnight down.
Yeah, that game. You kept thinking about it.
I did a
Yeah.
Sega Man. I did a Sega Man, and I
Yeah,
played it
man.
straight through because it was so fun to play. Because the combat, which they say was rudimentary, was so easy to get into and pick up and play, and so much fun. And you could parry, and the parry actually fucking worked. You need the Kingdom Come Deliverance. The parry actually worked, and the combat actually worked, right? So like, I was really, really, really impressed by this game. The level of quality, the level of care. I felt something. I enjoyed it. The music was great. All of the mythical characters that you run into, and she's not just defeating these monsters. She's trying to help them, even though she makes a mistake with hugging Molly. I don't want to give too much away. You know, fuck, if you ain't played it yet, you ain't played it yet. So some of the creatures that she fights are not really the bad guy in this game. So it's like, it's just so much going on, so much artistry, and everybody's like, oh man, you guys are just going on because it's an Xbox game. Who the fuck cares who made it? As long as it's a great game, right? That's just this ridiculous bias against this company that I can't. This ridiculous bias. This ridiculous bias against this company that I cannot figure out. But you know, if it's a good game by Sony, I'm gonna say, God damn it, it's a good game. If it's a good game by Nintendo, I'm gonna say it's a good game.
Right.
No problem. You motherfuckers ain't made a good game since Lincoln was in the fucking White House. But South of Midnight, this was my game of the year because I played it all the way through. It blew me away. It's a testament to what studios like Compulsion and Double Fine can do when they're concerned more about making a great game and making art than making a buck, than being the popular game. Well, we got to make it a Souls-like or else everybody won't buy it. Or we got to make it this. And I'm just so sick of it. And so when these people on YouTube say, oh, gaming is dying, gaming's not good anymore. The reason why gaming's not good anymore is because you bought your 20th Souls-like. It's because you bought your 20th Call of Duty. It's because you bought your 30th fucking God of War or your 18th fucking The Last of Us remaster.
I know, right?
You're the reason why gaming is in the rut it's in. It ain't me. It ain't me. And it definitely is a Compulsion and Double Fine Studios, because these two studios, which are Xbox studios, are out here making art, and they're not going to get any credit. They're never going to get any credit. I've gotten over it. It don't make me mad. It doesn't make me upset. Okay, E-Rock, you should be happy. South of Midnight did win games for Impact or whatever. Like, whatever. You know, I mean, I guess I should say thanks for acknowledging it, but I'm not, because it's the Video Game Awards. This game, South of Midnight and Keeper, is the reason why I buy video games. Video games is a great many things to many people. It's a hobby. They're designed to make us relax and have a good time. So I cannot be the arbiter of what everybody out there likes and enjoys. All I'm saying is that South of Midnight is my game of the year because it did what I asked it to do. It did something different. It made me feel something. Hazel is an amazing character.
She is a great character.
She's not annoying. She doesn't complain. She's just out to. She's respectful. She's out to save her mother. And this is why I play video games. And
sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Hazel's my favorite protagonist since Amicia.
I agree with that. With how respectful she is, the way she speaks to adults and stuff. I haven't seen
and her journey.
Like that. That was how I was raised, and I haven't seen that in a long time. You know?
And for me personally, Day and E-Rock, you know, talk about a gripping adventure. Yeah, I wanted Hazel to achieve her goal of finding her mom the same way I was rooting hard for Amicia and Hugo.
Right.
And the Plague Tale duology.
Right.
But continue, because I think you're almost done.
And you know, again, he brought up a Plague Tale. For those who haven't played the two of Plague Tales games,
that was a great
game. Games,
amazing
games with an amazing female protagonist, and it wasn't about the girl being the girls. These games aren't about the girls being
No,
female.
it's not.
It's
Right.
about the story.
It's the story.
And you know, it does bother me that games like A Plague's Tale: Innocence and Requiem and South of Midnight and Keeper will not be recognized. But you know what? That's okay, because we found those games and we played those games and we know that they're out there. And hopefully Compulsion and Double Fine and Asobo Studios will know that they are respected, they are loved, and there are people out there who appreciate their work. And as Sega Man says, I'm gonna land my plane on saying South of Midnight is my game of the year, not because it was an Xbox game. It's my game of the year because it overflowed with quality, great storytelling,
Yes.
great gameplay, great platforming, and it's what I asked for 5 years ago when I mentioned to Unlimited Production, who I was just getting to know. We had a conversation, and I said, man, I wish developers would go back to making art again. Well, somebody must have heard me and gave us Keeper, A Plague's Tale, and South of Midnight. South of Midnight is my game of the year.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderfully put, E-Rock. Just so wonderful. And that's why I like to focus on positivity and why I want to do a Game of the Year show, because notice how passionately everybody here loved South of Midnight, and in the case of you, about both South of Midnight and Split Fiction, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this just undivided love and that's what I want to do. You know, that's what we're here for. We're here to do. See, while everybody else is telling y'all, man, gaming is dead and Xbox is dead and gaming sucks right now, and this and that. We're here to tell you, no, there's still wonderful games out there, like South of Midnight and Keeper. And I like praising games like Sweet Baby Carol. I love the animation style. I love that retro animation style. Gloomy Eyes, again, wonderful.
Gloomy Eyes, yeah.
Very fun game. Yeah. And then to pivot over to my game of the year, I got to give credit to my favorite Xbox developer, Obsidian. They released 3 games this year. I love all 3 of them. Yeah, I know. Isn't that unbelievable? A studio that's just pumping out games like crazy. And my game of the year was Avowed. This is probably no surprise to anybody.
Another great game. Another great game I finished.
Yeah.
Surprised me. Yeah.
I hyped that game up since it was first shown 5 years ago.
He sure did.
Yeah. And
Unlimited. Did we eat this year? Did we eat? God damn.
Yeah, E-Rock, that's why I started the show talking about Game Pass, because I don't think people realize how great of a year this was. And here's the beauty. This was not a Forza Halo Gears year. What sold this year was Avowed, God of War 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, Keeper, South of Midnight. Ninja Gaiden Black was Shadow Drop back in January.
It was. Yeah.
And remake. You know, so I'm saying, and all day one on Game Pass, right? That everybody pretends is killing gaming or whatever they be saying. But yeah.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound Unlimited.
Huh?
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound also.
Yeah, Ragebound. Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Hell, even Shinobi returned after what seems like 20
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But back to
I'm sorry, I was looking at Ray. He said his game of the year is Sony not releasing it.
Brain crazy, bro.
Hey, Sony released one game, and Jeff Keighley tried to sneak that shit into the Game Awards. Meanwhile, Xbox, I swear, it seemed like they had a new game coming every week to Game Pass, man. It was unreal. But let me praise Obsidian real quick, because I don't remember. You know, people have always said, Insomniac is carrying Sony. Sony released 3 Spider-Man games. Obsidian gave you 3 different IPs.
Yeah.
3 different IPs. All right, and Avowed, Grounded, and The Outer Worlds 2. All very different, all very fun. And the reason why Avowed captured it over me just slightly, it was only a tiny bit over the South of Midnight. For me personally, was because South of Midnight was a short game. I beat it about 10.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I had a wonderful time, but I was
That's actually what I liked about it.
I know. Listen, and that's a good thing. Listen, we need a mix of. Not every game needs to be fucking The Witcher. You know what I'm saying? Not every game needs to be Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that South of Midnight was a nice little 10, 15-hour game, perfect. It didn't need to be more than that. and it was spectacular because of it.
Right.
But it did leave me wanting more. You know what I'm saying? That was a
Yeah.
game.
Me too.
Damn, man.
I actually want a part 2.
Yeah,
So,
I want to see where Hazel's story go next.
Yeah.
But Val, Val. By the time I was at the end of that story, I was so satisfied. And then you know, and for me, and again, y'all know my favorite genre is the RPG genre. So I eat that stuff up. I love building my character. And here's the thing. Here's the cool thing about Avowed. You know, I ended up finding like these gold level legendary weapons, right? And it changed completely how I was playing the game halfway through. You know, just things like that I just love. Because ultimately, for me, the best way to win me over, guys, is the gameplay. If I'm having fun playing, everything else kind of melts into this wonderful mixture of a great game. So, like, I'm one of those people. If a game has an amazing story but got that Sony level gameplay, I'm not going to enjoy it because you know, because I'm not here to play a video game just to watch a story. You know what I'm saying? That's why one of the things y'all praise about South of Midnight that I also love how great and unique the gameplay, the mixture between the parkour elements and the movement along with the gameplay and the combat mechanics. How you can solve puzzles with by pushing RB. I forgot what the little guy was called in the game.
Oh, that little dial.
Yeah. Let me say this about South of Midnight because I was actually born in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, were you?
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, and it's the state right next to Texas. It's going to New Orleans is like a 6-hour drive for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
So that's why I was saying, yo, this is so accurate to the way everything looks in that part of the state. It was unbelievable how they captured it.
Oh wow!
It was unbelievable how they captured it, man. That's why I can't argue with South of Midnight at all. Even though I liked Avowed just a little bit more because it fits the genre. I had a wonderful time with it. Oh man, the gameplay was just so good. And then and then for me, I just love a good adventure. And Avowed was that, man. It was such a fun adventure. There's a part in the game, probably about 3/4 of the way, where you make a big decision on whether to destroy something or kill, have the people killed. I chose to get the people killed, and the reaction everybody had to hate me.
I made that same choice too.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Well, the thing, Unlimited. Not to cut you off, man. I'm only going to add to what you were saying. That just shows you how well we ate in 2025. I completely forgot about Avowed. And here's the thing, what pissed me off is, well, it didn't piss me off, but Avowed almost immediately got compared to, it's trying to be Skyrim, it's trying to be Elder Scrolls. And I'm not ever going to knock Skyrim, but the truth is, from my opinion, Avowed did a lot of things Skyrim did, but better. Like first things first, their use of storytelling, branching storytelling and narrative was absolutely incredible. Like every decision I made in Avowed had repercussions. Like I made some decisions where people in my own party started hating me and disliking me. And you got to talk to everybody in your party. As soon as you make camp, you got to talk to somebody. And the use of Unreal Engine 5 just separates this from any other RPG out there. Avowed is just beautiful, and it's mind-boggling that Obsidian had this much time to make 3 damn games, and nobody's giving them any fucking shine. Nobody's giving them any credit. It's bullshit, man.
It is. Listen, Xbox gets Studios of the Year because three of their most creative studios were phenomenal this year. I mean, Propulsion Games, Double Fine, and Obsidian just absolutely killed it. They give you quality.
Yes, they did.
Somehow they knocked it out with quality and quantity. Do you know how difficult that is?
It is hard. Looking at Nintendo is damn near impossible, apparently.
Insomniac ain't doing that shit.
No.
Well, the problem with Insomniac is they make the same stuff. They kind of tapped out, in my opinion. They need to be able to stretch their creative,
They can't because they stopped making licensed Marvel games.
Yeah, it's too bad.
They locked themselves in, and I know the guy that's in charge of Insomniac got to be pissed now that he made that deal.
Yeah.
Another great game is Outer Worlds 2.
Yep, I'm still playing it right now. So that's the only reason I get that. Yeah, I'm too early in the game to
game. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm too early in the Outer Worlds 2 to give it full credit yet, but I'm loving that so far too. But man, Avowed, Avowed, Stop the Midnight Keeper. Like just imagine if any other company released 3 new IPs in 1 year, all of them were phenomenal.
Yep.
And imagine, and this is why I personally don't get upset. First of all, I don't get upset or care because my game of the year has never ever even been. I don't even think they've ever been nominated for a game of the year before, right? So I'm used to my favorite games getting stuff, right? But imagine if Nintendo did this. You know the ass kissing Nintendo will get right now.
Oh my God! People think we sit and listen. No, there's nobody here. This is not there's nobody on this podcast that's not going to tell y'all the truth. If you want lies, go to another podcast. If Sony had to put out this kind of output, excuse my French, the gaming media would have been bent over already.
Yes.
They've been bent over already.
It's true.
Yeah.
Instead of another Mario, another Metroid, you know what I'm saying? Another same old. You know, imagine if Sony released 3 new IPs in a year instead of fucking once again you doing another Ghost of Tsushima sequel, right? And next year's a fucking Wolverine. That's your only game. You know, the ass kissing would be unbearable. I mean, unbearable. But with Xbox, we got to talk about
the game of the. By the way, the game of the year next year is going to be Wolverine. Mark my words.
Yeah. You can count Fable out. You can count all of it out. Yeah, it's
I'm calling it a year before. Okay, y'all remember what I said?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. But yeah, man, back to praising Xbox this year. Like this is why I say that this is probably their best year yet. For this generation, because man, when I tell you, I was satisfied all year. E-Rock, Sega Man, Tuck this joint, that's right, and Daya. I was satisfied. There wasn't a moment this year, other than when personal life got in the way, was I not satisfied with Xbox. That's how incredible this was. And at the top of my list was my most played game of 2025. About Tuck, man, we're about to wrap it up in a minute. But what is your game of the year?
Oh, it's Stop the Midnight for sure.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Stop the Midnight for you too. Wow, I did not know so many people like that.
Oh yeah.
I want to say this real quick. If you guys think we coordinated this, we did not. I haven't talked to anybody in a while, so this is the first time we met up. None of us knew what each other's game of the year was, so I just wanted to put that out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think my biggest thing, what I love about Stop the Midnight was just the music.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. We didn't praise the soundtrack enough.
Oh, that's right. The music was phenomenal. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Especially before boss battle.
Yeah. And it's affected by what you do.
Was great.
Yeah.
I mean, and now as far as everything else is concerned, y'all know what I'm thinking about because I've been there. I'm getting tired of everybody, getting off on getting off on Call of Duty now because Call of Duty is actually a phenomenal game.
Okay.
I know y'all don't like multiplayers, but
no, I like multiplayer games.
But as far as on the multiplayer side, it's a learning skill.
Mm-hmm.
And they are and one thing I do like about what they're doing, they're cutting out the cheaters.
Oh, okay, that's good. I heard.
Well, you know what the ponies are saying now. They're saying that Battlefield's better than Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Well,
and Call of Duty still outsold it like 2
It's still outsold them.
It's still the outselling this thing on both systems on all platforms.
Yep.
PlayStation and Xbox. So they
Call of Duty is still the number one selling game on PlayStation. Tuck. That's what you got to say. The ponies still buying an Xbox game, even though they hate Xbox.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, I played this. I got a message the other day because there was one guy that was the other day. He was I got it 2 mornings ago, and the guy he was totally cheating. We was on his side. And the thing about it is, I'm over here right there next to this guy. This guy right here is over there shooting everybody up, and we're not seeing nobody. So the only thing we saw maybe we might have had 2 or 3 kills, but he had 75 kills. So all of us reported him. So I got a thing from Activision this morning, and saying that they banned him for life.
Oh
So,
wow.
in other words,
Nice. Oh,
other
wow.
words, if you want to get the game, he got to buy a whole brand new game, and if he get caught, because he already got busted like 3 times already.
Oh
Wow.
So they doing their thing. You know, what I mean, it's like when we first came out, we had people who had like 75 kills, 65 kills, but now it's like people get like 35 kills, 40 kills a game, which is, you know, is pretty good. And then what we do as a group, if we see more PC players, if we see like 6 PC players in a room, we just back out because we call them special. We call them special ed people, and that's what I call them anyway. I say y'all special ed because y'all you know y'all want to cheat for a living. So, but when it comes down to it, it's a good game. I mean, the dog, the robot, the big battle shit
glad
that
to
you
hear
know,
that.
yeah, it's good.
I'm glad to hear that. That means that under Xbox they're improving. Maybe they're listening to people and they're improving on their craft. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And isn't Treyarch or some one of those teams working on their own game?
I'm not
Treyarch?
sure.
Yeah, Treyarch or it was one of the teams that work on Call of Duty. I heard was working on their own game.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Hey, Unlimited, what happened to Contraband?
Oh, it got canceled. It got canceled.
canceled. Yeah.
It's canceled? Okay.
Yeah. That and man, the game I was looking forward to, that Perfect Dark game.
Man, I was really looking forward to Perfect.
Yeah.
But hey, look, that's business. Look, they had 7 years, and apparently
They did.
they didn't have
too long. Yeah.
Yeah. They apparently they didn't have enough ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know you gotta do your job no matter where you work. You know, Microsoft isn't a babysitting.
That's true.
Babysitting company.
Well,
Just to play around, you know, you need to produce something. And 7 years is a long time.
Yeah,
Well,
very long.
Well, hey, Unlimited,
Yeah.
before you end the show, man, I just have a quick question. Just a
Yeah, of
quick
course.
question. In your opinion, do you think our panel, do you think AI is good for gaming or is it going to ruin gaming?
It matters how it's used. You know,
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. If it's just used to enhance things, it'll be fine. If it's going to be used like those lazy people on YouTube, just put AI shit and then all that garbage content. Which I don't think Microsoft would go that far with.
They like creativity. That's why they do studios.
Yeah. But there will be some garbage AI games probably on PC. To be honest with you, and I don't think consoles really allow those type of games.
I would like to, I hope not Unlimited, because I don't want to see AI take over gaming. I would rather still have real developer people make games. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think so. But with that said, guys, our final topic: rapid. Be fast with your choice. Dave, what is your most anticipated game for 2026?
Most anticipated?
Mm-hmm.
Fable.
Excellent choice. Sega Man.
Uh-huh.
Your most anticipated game for next year?
My most anticipated game for next year is Ghost of Yotake remake. No. My most anticipated game is going to be Gears of War E-Day.
Excellent choice. And they did I think they did confirm it's coming next year too. So excellent choice.
Oh, is it? Okay,
yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Hebot, if he's still there, what is your most anticipated game for 2026?
I don't even know what to say because something always comes out of nowhere and be like, oh shit. But if I had
out of words.
Okay, I'm gonna be biased as fuck. Forgive me for this. But I'm looking forward to the He-Man beat 'em up.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Thank you, Hebot. You and our taste with those darn.
I'm sorry, and I hate to say it because I hate to say it because this limited run that's making it and it's coming out from limited run. Well, it's exclusive. It's exclusively to them, but it's coming to all consoles. But that's what I'm looking forward to, the He-Man beat 'em up, because we never really had a decent He-Man game.
We haven't, and I was telling my husband about that. I said I got to get that He-Man beat 'em up because it looks.
But I'm pretty sure by the end of the year there'll be something that way better that'll come out. And it's just I have to be biased. I never had a good beat 'em up He-Man game or a good He-Man game in general.
Right.
So that's why I picked He-Man.
Oh, you're gonna be eating good next year. I'm surprised you didn't say Out of Words. I saw that trailer on Xbox and thought it was right up your alley.
What is it?
Out of Words.
Out of words.
Yeah, check the trailer on Xbox. It looks like it's right up Hubot's alley.
I have
Oh,
to
really?
check that out. I have to check that out.
Yeah. E-Rock, what game are you most looking forward to?
Fable, if it's coming out.
Excellent choice.
Stop lying. It's WWE 2027.
Curse Fable. That thing got to come out tomorrow. I mean, like next year.
With now with Xbox, you gotta just take whatever they announce with a grain of salt.
Right.
If even if you do see gameplay, you gotta take what they say with a grain of salt.
That is absolutely true. So.
Oh man, Tuck, if you're still there, what is your most anticipated game for next year?
Oh man, darn. Shit, I got
Survive the water cooler.
I've got two that I'd like to see. I mean, one would be Halo, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one would have to be Gears of War.
Yeah.
Excellent
nice.
Good
Excellent
choice.
Yeah, and y'all know for me the obvious choice. It's obviously Wolverine. No, I'm kidding. No, but for me, Fable as well. Yeah, Fable as well. Yeah. And if Clockwork Revolution.
Clockwork. Oh, I forgot about that. Is
Yeah.
that next year?
I hope so, but I'm confident it is. I just don't be remember what be announced. But we're gonna. We're about a month away from the January developer direct, so we're gonna know what's there next.
Okay. I don't know if that's next year. See, I wasn't even thinking about. Fable is still gonna be on my top list, but I say.
Oh yeah.
A second one.
Hey, Unlimited, I want to ask Dale one question only.
Mm-hmm.
Dale, have you played Arc Raiders yet?
No.
Oh.
I hear it's good though. I hear it's pretty good.
Hey, it's a learning experience. You can go in there by yourself.
I'm gonna get it on a sale.
It's better for you to go in there with somebody because it's a handful.
It's that tough, huh?
I'm gonna get it on a sale because it looks good.
There's no learning curve. They'll teach you a little bit. Then after that, they let you on your own.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's tough.
hardcore gameplay there.
Yeah, absolutely great stuff.
That's one multiplayer game of the year too.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, great stuff, Tuck. And all right, everybody, thank you for joining this episode of The Unlimited Truth. Congratulations on South of Midnight for being the Unlimited Truth Group Family's Game of the Year. Everybody, have a great Merry Christmas. Enjoy the rest of your holidays. Have a great time as we head into the new year.
Peace out.
Out.
Bye.